Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Yagmanakwath out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Witchcraft Isn't Always What You Think. Alright? Witchcraft isn't always what you think. And this is kind of a topic, through the spirit that, kind of came to me as I was scrolling through my notes. Some people have a preconceived notion that, when they think of witchcraft, they think of, people gathering around a fire and, murmuring incantations and, summoning the ancient demons of old, right? All these different things. But witchcraft in reality is a lot deeper than that, man. And even like the ones that aren't necessarily that, but most people can still understand that's a form of witchcraft. Things like tarot cards. And tarot cards are witchcraft. You have things like tarot cards. You have things like, what else? What is it called? Palm reading, right? Going to those people that tell your fortune, right? Those are all witchcraft things. And no, that doesn't mean that if you go to a Chinese restaurant, all right, and they give you a fortune cookie, that you just participated in witchcraft. No, that ain't what. You eat the damn cookie, look at the fortune or whatever. It ain't mean shit anyway, right? it's in a damn cookie, right? Like, you ever gonna get anything meaningful from a fucking cookie? And what else? Some things like that. I'm sure there's other ones. There's a bunch of other ones. That they have a bunch of weird old Mexican wives' tales. The egg floating if you're pregnant or not, or a boy or a girl. All that weird type of shit. The Santa Maria, all that type of stuff is witchcraft, right? And most people have an understanding that is witchcraft, but there's other things that they don't, right? They don't understand the witchcraft that's in music, all right? They don't understand that using copious amounts of makeup is also a form of witchcraft. They don't understand that taking drugs, all right, is in fact witchcraft, all right? So, we're going to go ahead and get Exodus 22 and 18. And it's important to understand this because being a witch is a very severe and abominable thing and very wicked and terrible thing. So this is Exodus 22 and 18. It says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." Now, sometimes this will let me get like a sort of like a Strong's Greek at the bottom. And I want to see if it'll actually be able to pull it up. Now, it gets us the Hebrew, all right, to practice sorcery. But there's another word, all right. Let's go and try to get it up here. Let's see if I can pull it up. Open Vivaldi. And we're going to look up the same scripture. All right, what was it again? Exodus 22 and 18. Come on now. Come on. Exodus 22 and 18. This actually might not be the one because I think no. Yeah, you're right, because this is going to be in the Strong's Greek, which should be the same word. Let me double check that though. Make sure we're make sure that this is the same. A witch, kasab. Yeah, so that's going to be the same word. But there's another one, so it's the same thing with witch, all right, but a sorcerer, all right, is another similar thing here in Revelation 21 and 8. So let me go jump and get that real quick. Just want to show you something here, and you're going to see a real familiar word. In Slovakia, this area is kind of a dead zone for internet, but it's loading just fast enough. So you're going to look for this word here. It's going to say pharmakia, or it's going to say pharmakeus, all right, but the word sorcerer, all right, which, enchanter, witch, sorcerer, diviner, all right, they're all, very, very similar along those lines. So that's not what we were trying to do. We were trying to get the Strongs, all right. So pharmakias, okay.
Strong's G 5332. Pharmakus.
or pharmakos. It sounds like pharmacist, right? It sounds like a pharmacist. So let's go and look up the word. It says pharmakos, from pharmakon, all right, a drug, a spell-giving potion, a druggist, a pharmacist, as it says, a poisoner, a magician, a sorcerer. Now, really, that word goes back to pharmakia. All right, pharmakia, which means sorcery or witchcraft. Okay, and you that word pharmakia or pharmacist. All right, or however it pronounced it. It sounds a lot like pharmacy. All right, and pharmacist. Okay, and that shows you that, and it goes back to the use or administration of drugs. Okay, the use or the administration of drugs. And so, yeah, if you are using drugs, all right, or you're selling drugs, all right, you are a witch. Okay, and you're a witch and you're a sorcerer. Okay, and going back to Exodus 22 and 18, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. So you would be put to death. All right, for doing those types of things. All right, and yes, that includes smoking pot. All right, you're not supposed to smoke. Okay, or using cigarettes. Right. Now you can consume, all right, marijuana medicinally. Okay, and don't get me twisted on that. But you got to go about that very carefully. All right, you can't just use it to get high. All right, it has to be something that, because we have natural herbal healing remedies, okay, going back biblically. But the drugs in this society, they're potions. All right, they take this little bit of this thing from the ground, and then they put it in an alembic or whatever the fuck, and then they dilute it, and then they it drips down from one tube into another, and then they mix that, and then it turns blue. They mix with this other thing, and it turns back clear, and then they burn it on a hot plate for 34 hours, and then they mix it in with this crazy thing, and then they'll add a little bit of something that would naturally heal you, and then they put it all together and say, oh yeah, this is this drug. Man, you could have just took some type of herbal remedy for that, but they turned it into a drug. And remember, there's the left hand and the right hand. All right, now, for example, some people might consider stones and using as they call them, smudge sticks. They're just sage, because smudge goes back to the whole witchcraft thing. But using things like sage and Palo Santo, you can use that on the left hand side for witchcraft. Now we use it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, which makes a big difference. And that doesn't mean you can go and use tarot cards in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and be fine. There's something completely different about that. All right, but I mean, while it is a little bit of a weird and gray area, but I mean, it's like technically with the way tarot cards were, they're originally playing cards. So could you just use them as playing cards and not as some type of witchcraft tool? Because that all goes back to cardomancy. You don't even need to have tarot cards. The things that they do with the tarot cards, you can do the exact same thing with a regular set of cards. So does that mean that you can't play with those cards at all? No, I mean, is it a little weird and a little gray area? I mean, I personally wouldn't want even to have them, but I mean, because that's what they're for, man. And if you see a pack of tarot cards at someone's house, I'm not gonna think that they're playing the old game of tarot. All right, the old medieval game of tarot. I'm gonna think that motherfucker's a witch. All right, but technically, if you were to use them just as playing cards, their original purpose, you wouldn't be doing anything wicked. You wouldn't be being a witch. But I would not personally have those in my house. They got a weird energy on them anyway, because of what they've been associated with now, right? So I wouldn't do it, but I'm using it as an example. All right, that's just playing them as a regular card on the right side, just not using it for any malicious witchcraft purposes. Technically, nothing wrong with it. I personally wouldn't do it. But when you start going and moving around and start whatever they do and try to get fortunes out of it and shit, that's witchcraft. Lord's going to kill you for that for sure, right? And that's, there's a bunch of different things, and, but there's things on the right-hand side that some people would also consider witchcraft, such as casting lots, all right? They consider that a form of divination, okay? So, and that's not witchcraft, all right, casting lots, all right? So, Yeah, man. But so witchcraft isn't always what you think. There's some things you might think is witchcraft and isn't always inherently witchcraft, depending on how you're doing it. If you're doing it on the left hand or the right hand side, if you're doing it on the right hand through Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai, it's fine. If you do it on the left hand, you're a demon, you're a devil. All right, it's witchcraft because you're calling upon, like it says, those familiar spirits, conjuring up weird spirits and lighting those strange fires and all burning all these different things and all sorts of stuff. All right, but some people will consider some of the things we do, oh, that's witchcraft, but they don't realize some of the things that they're doing is witchcraft, or something as simple as, music. Now, does that mean you're going to die because you listen to music? No, but what I'm saying is that they put witchcraft in music, all right? That controlling narrative, all right? They put things in there to, basically mind control, all right? Go out and grab your gun and get your bitch, and you don't realize that's subliminal, all right? That's subliminal messaging, all right? That you play that over and over and over in your mind again, and that you eventually want to start doing stuff like that. Have you acting in that ninja mode, all right? Get you in that ninja mode, all right? So that's one thing you got to learn when you're listening to music. You got to make sure that you stay prayed up, because they put a lot of witchcraft in that music, man. A lot of witchcraft in movies as well, all right? And video games, all right? Of course, we got drugs or witchcraft, and makeup, man. Contorting yourself to look like a completely different person, that is witchcraft, all right? And really a lot of time you all start to look the same, because you're basically manifesting yourself as the demons that are possessing you. That's why all these women end up looking the same contoured makeup, all right, same color, same eyeshadow, same lipstick, same lip outliner, same eyebrows the same way, same piercings in the same spots, because you're manifesting a demon, man. You're looking like the demon that you are. But I gotta head in real quick, so I'm gonna come back later, Lord willing. And, as I do, piece this all together. But until then, Lord willing, shalom. All right, we're back. So, shalom. So, let's go ahead and get, where do I want to go from here? Let's go ahead and get, all right, let's go ahead and get Galatians 5:19. And then, I believe, let me see. Did we read Revelation 21:8 earlier? Did I just go ahead and get that? I can't remember. Anyway, Galatians 5:19 through 21. Let's go and get it. All right. So, oh, there it is, okay. Galatians 5:19. It says, "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft," right? "Hatred, variance, emotions, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envying, murderers, drunkenness, revelings," and drunkenness isn't just the fact that you got drunk one night. Drunkenness is the state of being a drunkard, right? You can go and you drink too much, you ended up drunk. That's one thing, but it's when you're becoming, a drunkard, you're drinking every single day and getting fucking smashed every single time. That's you're drunk, right? You're a drunkard. Revelings and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh. So I'm going to go back over to Blue Letter, because I'm curious. So Galatians 5:20 is what we're looking for. So let's go and get this. All right, and 20. Let's go ahead and open it up. And witchcraft. Boom, boom, boom. There's that word. Again. There it is. You see it? Let's read it. All right. Again, let's read it. Medication, pharmacy, i.e. by extension magic, literally or figuratively, sorcery, witchcraft. There you go, man. There you go. So, and it's talking right here, Galatians 5:20, it mentions witchcraft, and Revelation 9:21, it mentions sorceries, And Revelation 18:23 mentions sorceries as well. So, really, there's another one. But yeah, you see it. And it goes back to, where'd it go? Right, here's the word sorcery and the word witchcraft. So, and like I said, it's not always just, let's see. I wanted to look up, let's look up divination. All right, divination. What type of things what type of witchcraft is this? Because there's different types, right? It's a cultural. You see, it's a cultic ritual or practice. So divination. What do we have? See, it's a man in Rumsky, Cameroon, attempts to tell. Let that go by. A man, right? Cameroon, attempts to tell the future by interpreting the changes in position of various objects as caused by a freshwater crab, all right, through the process of, I don't know, Nongam? I don't even know how you pronounce that. What else? Tarot card reading, rune casting, tea leaf reading, automatic writing, scrying, and also psychedelics like psilocybin mushrooms and DMT. Or if anything, fortune-telling element, right? Basically a fortune-telling, right? So, it's a type of, it's witchcraft, all right? So, all those different types of things. What else? Divination. Types of witchcraft. Okay. I don't want that. I just want to see what type of actual witchcraft, I don't know what you call them, schools of magic, but, then you're just gonna get video game shit. Types of witchcraft, like, but yeah, and then there's, like, incantations, alright, which are, like, repeating shit over and over, alright, incantations, okay, and an incantation, alright, says a series of words said as a magic spell or charm, that, like, the abracadabra shit, but something that's actually real, okay. An incantation, spell, or charm, enchantment, or bewitchery is a magical formula intended to trigger a magical effect on a person or objects. Alright, and then they got black magic. They got all these different types of different magic, right? You can look these things up. There's a matter of fact, I just had a thought. If I go back to divination and I go back to the Wikipedia page, at the bottom it should give me things that are, like, suggested. So let me see. An omen, Greek divination. Let me see. Let's see. List of witchcraft practices, right? Well, still ain't get me nothing. They got hedge witch, and that's, they create herbs and nature and use healing remedies. If they're just making remedies, that they're not even really a witch, right? They're just a healer, all right? Kitchen witchcraft, using into their cooking. This is not really what I'm looking for. Different types of things that these, witchcraft do. Meditations, prayers, spells. Because a lot of people just think of the spells part, right? That's the main thing they think of is the spells. All right, the hoopity hoppity, right? And using a magic wand. It's not always just that. There's many different types. All right, going into that whole enchantment thing, you can use those spells to put enchantments on things, and that's exactly what they do with the music and the media, right? And that's what it is, man. And really, putting all that makeup on your face it still goes back to a drug or pharmakeia. All right, putting all that shit up on your face, because a lot of that, it's just a bunch of chemicals, right? And then And it also tricks you, man. The witchcraft works on you because you keep on putting that stuff on your face. Here you were, you're a pretty looking woman, and you put that on your face, and that stuff damages your skin. So when when you're not wearing it, you're like, man, I look ugly, because it is making you uglier because it's damaging your skin. So the longer you wear it, the worse it makes your skin. But once you take it off, all right, your skin, you're gonna look bad for like a while, right? Maybe, I don't know how long. All right, I've never worn makeup like that. So like I imagine like a week, within 2 weeks, your skin will start to clear up, and you'll look way better. All right, but that's you're under that spell, man. Right? So let's go and get Deuteronomy 8 and 10. All right. Well, actually, matter of fact, let's go and get Revelation 21 and 8. I can't remember if we got it all in its entirety or not, but we're gonna get it regardless. And let me go see Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Let me see. Yeah, we'll get this one first because it just, Revelation just close. It's better for a closing point. So Deuteronomy 18 and 10 through 11, probably down to 12 or 13 is where we're actually going to get. It says, "There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter pass through the fire." All right, and the fire is basically talking about abortion. All right, being sacrificed unto an idol. All right, being Molech is what it's referring to. "Or that useth divination," there you go, "or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch." Now, casting lots, all right, by, whether it's, rolling a dice or, doing it with stones, however it is through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, has been used biblically. That is not a wicked form of why they would consider it a divination. It's through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That doesn't mean you can do tarot cards in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai or tea leaves in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Divination is specifically mentioned, all right, and it's something that's basically being used to get an answer from the Lord, all right, that you might need to do for, something, anything, really, because at the end of the day, you might do something like rolling a dice, all right, and to get an answer. That's a form of casting a lot. And you might ask the Lord for an answer on something. Now remember, all right, the Lord is omnipotent. He controls all things, which means he is controlling the outcome of a dice roll. All right, so you can pray on it heavily for an answer, and then roll that dice. All right, and you can set it. All right, if it's below 3, it's yes. If it's above 3, it's no, or vice versa. And there's biblical ways that they casted lots, which are a lot different than using dice. There's ways to do it. And, ask the question, and, you can get an answer that way. All right. So, and the Apostles of Great Millstone even tell you from time to time, like, oh, you might want to cast a lot. All right. So, anyway, continuing on, it says, "Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer." A necromancer is someone who brings a person back to life. All right, and you do that in different ways. All right, for example, they had this AI back a while ago that would basically impersonate your loved one that died. That's necromancy, right? It says, For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because these abominations, the Lord thy power doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy power. So yeah, man, you're not supposed to be doing any of that stuff like that. All right, you can ask the Lord for questions, all right, through casting lots. But go and get your tarot cards, a palm reading, that's that wicked shit, man. It's heathenistic because it's not something that Israel originally did, unlike casting lots, which is an Israelite thing and has been done before, and it's not wrong. All right, it was never in the biblical Israelite custom to go and get their palms read and their fortune told by rubbing on a crystal ball with Santa Maria and all that stuff. Right? It's all weird. So Revelation. Let's get Revelation. Just verse 8, really, I think. Yeah. Revelation 21 and verse 8, it says, "But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and idolaters, and all liars. Let's pause. So the unbelieving, it's obvious, all right? Unbelievers, right? Abominable, all right? Those that do abominations to the Lord, and, you know, homosexuality, all these different things, right? Murders, that's straight to the point. Whoremongers, a monger means to sell. Whore is to sell yourself. So a whoremonger, all right, being a pimp, or being, you know, selling yourself for sex need, you know, prostitute, an OnlyFans creator, a pornography actress, right? You're selling yourself, so you are mongering yourself, so you're your own whoremonger, and you're the whore, and you're the monger of the whore, the whoremonger, and the whore, and the monger, right? And sorcerers, already got that, right? And idolaters, all right, those that are worshiping idols, all right, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And that's referring to those nuclear ICBM, that fire, all right, that heat that's going to come up and turn your ass into a damn puddle, man. So witchcraft isn't always what you think. It's not always just that crystal ball and, you know, like Harry Potter shit, right? Which doesn't mean you can't watch Harry Potter. Again, you can watch Harry Potter. Don't go overboard. Don't be too deep. Be one deep, right? As street teacher always says, Elder Manatazatba. So, yeah, man. Witchcraft isn't always what you think. Witchcraft is all around us, all right? They put witchcraft in the food, man. And I'm about ready to, Lord willing, just run up in this this fast food place and get me some food. But I know, you know, it's been sacrificed to idols and all this type of shit. That's why we pray over it, right? And again, another thing that you need to know is, let's actually close out with that. Let me open Vivaldi again. This is personally my favorite browser because it works way better than Chrome. It's not as slow as Chrome. I hate Safari. Safari sucks ass. And then I have this on my desktop as well, so I'm going to use it on my phone, and it links everything too. So, this is this is Numbers 23 and 23. It says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob. All right, and Jacob's name was later changed to Israel. All right, and Jacob is, you know, Israel is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right. It says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath Yahweh wrought? So none of those things are really going to work on Israel. True, you know, Israel, they're going to work on the 2/3, but it's not going to work on the elect, man. If you're staying prayed up, all right, and you're doing what you should be doing, those enchantments ain't going to work on you, no how. All right, and they got in everything, the music, the food, the games, all right, the Lord willing, I'm gonna try to do that as well, right? So don't get it twisted. It's not like we don't watch TV or play games, because we do. All right, and it's not like we don't eat fast food from time to time, you know, getting off work as I'm doing now, because we do. All right, it's just know that what's going on in society, it's all filled with witchcraft, man. And that's, again, it's not going to affect us, all right, like it's going to affect them, all right, out in the world, man. And I mean, it's just one of those things, man. I mean, personally, there's places I wouldn't really go. If I had to eat it, I still would eat it. I wouldn't go to Popeyes because it's pretty evident they're doing something with that shit. There ain't any other place, all right? And you might say, oh, it's because of the ninjas, right? Well, there's plenty of places that cater to ninjas, and they don't be having what's going down at Popeyes. So, just, I think they're doing something at Popeyes, and then they put that shit and they clone Tyrone. They're like, it's in the chicken. I don't know, man. So it's weird. I probably wouldn't eat there. And plus, everything is loaded with fucking. You can't have the gravy there, all right, because it's got pork in it. I think even their biscuits have pork in it. Don't quote me on that. I think they fry their biscuits in lard. So you know, that's just. I wouldn't even go there regardless, all right, because it's a lot of the shit's unclean. All right, and I wouldn't be surprised if they even fucking fry their chicken in lard. I would not be surprised. But you'd have to do your own diving into that. But yeah, don't get it twisted, man. Just because, they put witchcraft in movies, that doesn't mean you can't watch any movie ever. What are you going to do? Sit, what does street teacher say? He says, what, you're going to sit in the room and levitate? All right. You can't be, don't try to be super Hebrew, right? Don't try to be that guy, man. You watch TV, play video games, you're probably going to eat fast food. It's not good for you, but, what can you do when you're getting off work, right? And it's quick, it's fast food. It's something you want to grab real quick and go home. You don't have to worry about cooking none of that. And hey, man, it's the witchcraft is all around. It's everywhere, man. It's on our screens. All right, it's in books. It's everywhere. Everywhere you look, everywhere you see, everywhere you hear. All right, if you can sniff it, smell it, hear it, or see it, yeah, it's there, man. The witchcraft is there because these people are deep into that shit. So it's not always what you think, and it's not. You're not gonna walk on the street and saw hoogly fliggly, oh blah 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 blah, with a fucking Merlin, all right, the magician outfit with a fucking wand. That's not what you're gonna see. All right, you're not gonna see that shit. You're gonna see people that you think are normal people, all right, and they might go, oh, I tell fortunes and stuff like that, or oh, I do this, or something like that. No, they're witches, man. Or a pothead. Your friendly neighborhood pothead. He's a witch. By technical definition, he is a witch because of that pharmakeia. Your pill poppers, they're witches, right? Witchcraft isn't always what you think. So with that, I'm going to close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Dash. I want to say shalom to your brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. Keep an eye out, man. Look out for all this witchcraft because it's out here. Stay prayed up. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.